Jesus was teaching his disciples some doctrine. What was that? It was the doctrine of Eucharist. I am the living bread, and if you do not eat me, that means eat this bread, you will not live. And the disciples found it very difficult. Jesus had hundreds and thousands of disciples. As we can see in the Gospel, he fed 5,000 at a time. But they couldn't actually take this doctrine. Okay, we can understand eating a grand dinner or eating bread. But when you say that you are going to give yourself as this bread and you have to eat this, it goes beyond our understanding. And they were really confused. What happens? Many of them left Jesus. It's always very difficult for us, for many of us, to take the Christian message. It is from the very beginning it was like that. So no wonder if people are going away, are questioning Christianity and its basic doctrines even today. Because from the very start it was the same. And many of them left Jesus. And now here comes a litmus test for the 12. The 12, they were the close friends of Jesus with the disciples, the apostles. And now Jesus wants to make sure whether they can take it. He asked his disciples, what about you? Do you want to go away too? A natural question, isn't it? If you are in an organization, if you are in a business, or if you are doing something in an association, there are some stages when we feel that there is no going forward, or we are going to get bankrupt, or I got a better idea, but nobody is going to take it. And here the CEO comes forward and tells, look, this is our idea. Can you take it? Are you with me or not? Now, yes, of course, reason plays a part, but at this junctures like this, there is something which goes beyond reason, and that is a faith in that person and his ideas. And then here Simon Peter speaks for the 12, and he says, Lord, who shall we go to? You have the message of eternal life. You have the idea. You have the vision. Of course, it would have been very difficult even for the 12 to take that, to take the doctrine of Eucharist and many others. But the thing is, they got to know Jesus, and they know him, this person, and they were traveling with Jesus. Now, all of a sudden, he realizes, or they realizes that this is the moment where I have to, or we have to trust this person. I have to believe. This is something beyond reason. And I think this is not out of reason. Reason has got its own part to play. It's a very powerful tool in our life. As we all know, science is a great tool to look into reason. That means it makes use of reason. You know, in Newtonian times, the light, you can see the light over here, and light was considered to be a particle. That was the principle. So those lived in the Newton's days, they thought that, or they believed scientifically that light was particles. But later on, science had to change its perception. And then came a different postulate saying, oh, No, it cannot be particle, it has to be a wave. And then we had to move from there and say, no, it cannot be a wave. I said, so it is a wave particle. That was the new proposition. So incremental improvement in the understanding of the reality that is there. That is the process of reason, and that is the powerful tool which is used by many systems, including science. But today, I think science has much forwarded, and we believe that light is an electromagnetic wave. That's a present understanding. But still, I believe that we will go still further up at some stage, and we say that, oh, it is not that, it is going to be something else. And is it true? It is a good process. But then what faith is telling us? Faith is telling us, we know that, yes, the understanding of the reality changes, but at the same time, we got an ultimate truth over there, even if we did not know perfectly. Light is there. Light, in its perfection, as what it is there. And only its understanding changes. And that is faith. And we God, God, and we God, Jesus, and what we have to have is faith in that person, in that reality. And here, that's what Jesus was telling to the disciples in the question, what about you? Do you want to go away too? Or do you trust me? And then Simon Peter answers, where shall we go? You have got the eternal life, and we believe. And we know that you are the Holy One of God. This is a leap into the darkness of faith. So there are two ways. Either we can move incrementally towards the reality, and another one, common sense approach, and we can say that I will trust, I believe. And both is true. And there is no conflict. Only thing is, these are two different approaches. So as we celebrate today's liturgy, today's Mass, the Eucharist, Jesus is actually presenting a very simple truth before us. His body and wine is going to become, this bread and wine is going to become my body and blood. You can trust me, you believe, and at the same time, you can also philosophize it and try to find out how it is happening. You can approach it both ways. But there is a truth which I am telling you. I like to be with you till the end of this world. And this is the method. And this is something which I have invented in my small little attempt to be with you as your God. So let us befriend him. Let us accept Jesus and tell him, Lord, where shall we go? You have the message, and we believe. And we believe in your presence in this holy week.